This is Ice Cream Gecko, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the Satori Frühlingsrolle tiefgefroren with Gemüse. So we've got a spring roll with vegetables. This is by no means something special, a spring roll that is frozen, but I've never seen spring rolls individually packed and of this particular size somewhere to be bought. Never seen those before. I usually have these smaller ones in those carton boxes that you all put into the oven and get ready in there, but a big one like this, that is certainly not a common occurrence for me. Let's take a quick look at the nutrition table right there, pause to read, and a quick look at the ingredients list right here, pause to read. Now let's take a look at, well, 150 grams is supposed to be the weight of this. Let's take a look inside. If I can open this, I needed the help of Mr. Scissors right there. Well, I guess it has to be packed properly, tightly. If it's just one little bag containing the spring roll itself. And it looks quite beefy. It looks like a burrito almost. Never had a burrito. Don't think I ever had a real taco either. But always confuse these two. But this is, I guess, the size of a burrito that I imagine a burrito to be. Anyway, I'll throw this in the oven now and I'll see you in a second. Here we are. A few minutes later, I left this in the oven for 25 minutes, round about that, at 220 degrees with convection turned on. I didn't preheat the oven with that amount of time. I mean, the instructions call for 23 minutes in a preheated oven with convection, I think. Leaving it on for 10 minutes even prior to putting in the spring roll, I think that's a bit excessive. And I mean, it's supposed to be like quick, you know, so yeah, might as well go with it without the preheating. It was sizzling quite a bit. It seems to be quite hot, yes, and it really still is. Something I've got to say though, on the first looks of this, on the outside it's absolutely beautiful. You can see the marks right here where it's set on the well, grill, on the tray of the oven. And when we take a look inside, it really looks very appetizing, I've got to say. It looks rather fresh. It doesn't look as mushy as many of the other frozen spring rolls look sometimes when you're actually opening them up. It seems to be quite alright. It's quite hot though, I've got to say, so I'm not going to keep this in my hands for too long. Now let's give another cut. It's nice that the actual dough, or the breading, I don't know how it's called, the actual coat of dough is actually cuttable. It doesn't really, you know, disperse into little fragments that make their way into every part of the room. It's nice and contained. It's cuttable, which is something I really appreciate. So you can see here the beans are there. We've got mung beans in here. We've got, I think this is carrots. Got a lot of stuff in there. Let's see how it tastes. Let's get the bean right up in there. First bite going in. So the first piece is quite alright. You can taste some things. You can taste the beans, that kind of mung bean stuff right here too. It is a bit slimy, of course, but not as much as the other ones I usually have, which is nice. I'm going to finish this up and I'll give you my resume in just another second. Now that I've finished the entire spring roll, I've got to say that I'm satisfied. Yes, that I think is a proper description of what I'm feeling about this right now. We've got some beans in there, some mung bean sprouts, some white cabbage, a few carrot pieces, a bit of red paprika. Overall, all of those ingredients merge quite well. Not as much slime as many of the other spring rolls that I know have, and in overall flavor development, it's quite alright. It's of course not like a fresh spring roll that is freshly prepared for you at a restaurant or somewhere, but if you've got the well, round about 30 minutes for the preparation, the easy preparation in the oven at your home, I think this is certainly one that one could go for, or something like this. I assume that many of these spring rolls are being produced in very similar factories in some places, and are probably exported all over the continent at some point in time. So this one right here, or at least something that looks like this, seems to be a good bet for a little meal. Although I do hope, I do wish I should say, that I put the second one in the oven as well, because I'm not quite full yet, and I would like to go for another one. So the first impression overall was very decent. Color was decent as well. Taste, yeah, it was quite alright, and the consistency and texture was very decent as well. Like I said, the breading or the dough around the thing was very decent. It was actually cuttable, which is nice. It wasn't too hard, wasn't too soft. For a frozen spring roll, I would consider it almost perfect. So certainly a plus point in that regard. And overall, with the theme realization, I think they hit the nail on the head when it comes to frozen goods in home ovens. So overall, on a scale from 1 to 10, this one gets an 8.57. If you've got a question or a video suggestion, leave it in the comment section down below. And if you want to see more videos just like this one, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope I'm going to see you soon. Until next time, bye bye.